My friends, let me hit you with a thought from the great Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind. Not outside events realize this, and you will find strength. Let that sit with you, because today we're talking about flipping the script when someone hurt you. We're not reacting, we're mastering the art of confusion. And trust me, this one's going to feel like a wake-up call. Let's get real for a second when someone disappoints you, whether they ignore you, betray you, or just take you for granted. It feels like a punch to the soul, like they walked into your life, knocked over your carefully built sandcastle, and walked away without a second glance. But here's what they don't realize. You're not the sandcastle. You're the ocean, and you can rebuild over and over again, stronger every single time. That's your power now. Most people react. They lash out, beg for closure, or try to make sense of the chaos. But my friends, reacting is like pouring gasoline on a fire. Someone else started, it burns you more than them. And here's the kicker, they expect you to react. They're waiting for the drama, the texts, the tears. But when you don't give it to them, oh, you've just turned the game upside down. Picture this: someone hands you a remote control and expects you to let them change your channel, your mood, your thoughts, your energy. But when you take that remote and turn off the TV, they left staring at a blank screen. That's what happens when you don't react. You leave them confused, unsure, and questioning their own moves. And let me tell you, nothing messes with someone's ego more than realizing they don't have the power they thought they did. But how do I do this when I'm hurting you? Ask simple. Start with acceptance, not for them, but for yourself. Think of pain like a storm. Storms can be really loud and scary, but they don't last long. Instead of trying to stop the rain, just relax and wait for it to go away. That's the way of thinking of a Stoic. As Epictetus said, it's not about what happens to you, but how you respond to it that really counts. Acknowledge your pain, but don't let it control you. Decide what you want to do next. Here's a metaphor for you. Imagine you're holding a priceless vase. Someone walks by and tries to knock it out of your hands. If you flail around trying to stop them, you risk dropping it yourself. But if you stand still and hold your ground, the vase stays safe. That vase is your peace, my friends. Protect it. Don't let anyone's actions make you drop it. When you choose not to react, you're not being passive, you're being powerful. Your silence carries more weight than words. It communicates, I don't need to explain myself. I don't need to chase your validation. And guess what? That's the moment they start to question themselves. They'll wonder why their usual tactics aren't working. They'll feel the void your calm creates. That's the kind of confusion you want to leave behind. Let me share a story with you. Imagine a man who dedicated his life to creating a beautiful garden. One day, someone threw garbage into it. Instead of becoming angry or demanding an apology, he quietly cleaned up the mess and continued to tend to his flowers. Over time, the garden's beauty grew so radiant that even the person who threw the garbage began to admire it. That's what you, my friends. Your life is your garden. Don't let anyone's trash ruin your masterpiece. And here's the best part. When you stop reacting, you shift the focus back to yourself. You start asking, what do I need? What makes me happy? Your next step is to stop being a part of someone else's story and start writing your own. That's where true freedom starts. As the wise Seneca said, he who is brave is free. Be brave enough to walk away from what doesn't help you and make your peace a priority. So, here's your challenge. The next time someone throws a stone into your calm, let it sink. Don't chase after it. Don't let it upset you. Stay calm like a still lake instead of getting upset. When you feel the urge to react, inhale deeply and declare, I choose my peace. Write this in the comments below. Make "let it be" your motto and keep it grounded. Also, please like and subscribe to join me on this trip, because this is just the start, my friends. you're not just surviving, you're thriving and transforming into a powerful individual that everyone recognizes. Remember, your peace is extremely valuable, so protect it. Stay strong and resilient, and always strive to rise above challenges. Believe in yourself and stay focused. We're just beginning. First, no one can dim your light unless you allow it. Think about this. Who is in control of your happiness? Are you driving your own life, or are you letting someone else who isn't even reliable take the wheel? Let's be real for a moment. Every time you let their behavior affect your feelings, you are relinquishing control over your life as if it's insignificant. However, this is where things begin to shift, as you are the only one who can determine the intensity of your passion. It's not completely your fault. Society has taught us the strange belief that reacting with anger, tears, or rage makes us stronger, shows our value. But here's the reality. Their actions do not show your worth. It's like their reflection shows the problems in their own lives. But we still let it affect us, don't we? It's because we're scared that if we stay quiet, they'll forget us, move on, or stop caring. But reacting doesn't bring them closer. It's like trying to hug someone who's running away. Instead, it only leads to further hurt. Your happiness and peace are like a bright candle, and every time you react, you let them blow it out. Why let someone else dim your light? Protect your peace as if it's your most valuable possession, because it is. Many people think that accepting things means being weak. They're worried that if they stay calm, it'll seem like they don't care. But acceptance is actually a sign of strength. It's not about pretending everything is okay. It's about standing strong and saying, I see your chaos, but I won't let it be my problem to solve. Marcus Aurelius was right when he said, you can control your mind, not what happens around you. If you understand this, you'll feel stronger. I know it's tough. When you're hurting, you want to know why things are happening and why others don't seem to care. But you can't solve their confusion. Trying to help someone who is struggling can pull you down with them. It's best to stay secure where you are and let them deal with their own problems. Here's the important part. When you stop reacting, something amazing happens. You regain your power. It's like stepping out of a dark room and turning on the lights. You no longer feel lost in chaos. You stand tall and steady. This confuses others because they won't understand why their usual tricks aren't working. They'll feel like they're losing control, which will make them rethink everything. I won't lie, it's tough at first. Your mind will push you to respond, suggesting that if you don't express your pain, others will assume you don't care. But that's just fear trying to keep you down. Fear wants you to think you need their approval, but you don't. You're much stronger than that. Every time you pause and don't react, you are weakening fear's hold on you a little more. And silence isn't just valuable. It draws people in. When they expect you to be angry but see you calm instead, it throws them off balance. It's like waiting for a storm but getting a sunny day instead. They won't know how to handle your calmness. Being unexpected gives you strength. When you stop following their rules, you create a new experience that they can't control. So, next time you feel strong emotions, here's what I want you to do. Take a moment to pause and don't respond right away. Remember that you are in charge of your own happiness. Say it to yourself and feel strong in those words. Own that truth. It belongs to you, and no one can take it away unless you allow them. Here's your positive statement for today. I am in control. Let us know in the comments that you have relinquished your peace. You are taking control with confidence and kindness. If this message resonates with you, please like and subscribe. This is just the start of your journey to becoming a strong and resilient person. Stay calm in a hectic world. Let's keep moving forward together. Remember, no one can dim your light. Believe it and live by it. Keep going, my friends. You've got this. Stay with me, because what's coming next will change how you view yourself and the world. This is just the beginning. Letting go can seem easy, but it can actually feel very challenging, like climbing a rock. Let's discuss this topic. I embrace the freedom that comes with being barefoot. My friends, acceptance isn't about forcing a smile or pretending you're okay. It's about facing your sadness and saying, I acknowledge you, but you won't control what I do next. The key is taking charge of your story and moving on, even if the last part was hard. I won't pretend that accepting things is easy. It's like climbing a steep hill. When the wind is against you and each step feels hard, especially after being hurt by someone you care about, remember that pain isn't your enemy. It shows that you love deeply and that your heart is strong and brave. Right now, it may hurt, but it also shows how much you can feel, which is powerful. Let's talk about those feelings. Don't ignore them like old junk in the attic, hoping they will just go away. It's normal to feel sadness, anger, or disappointment. Just remember, these emotions are like passengers in your car. You can let them ride along for a bit, but you don't let them take control. Marcus Aurelius said it well. You can control your mind, but not the events around you. You can't change what others do, but you can choose how to react. Think of being caught in a rainstorm. You can't stop the rain, but you can choose whether to get wet or use an umbrella. You might even choose to enjoy the rain. That's acceptance. It's not about ignoring the storm, but deciding how you'll get through it. So, how do you practice acceptance when you want to scream, cry, or ask why? Start small. Breathe and notice what you're feeling. Remember, this feeling won't last forever, and you are stronger than this moment. Repeat this to yourself until it sinks in, and you start to regain your strength, little by little. Many people get confused here. They believe that accepting what happened means they are excusing the other person's actions. However, acceptance isn't about absolving the other person. It's about liberating yourself from the obligation to rectify the situation. It means you don't have to hold on to your feelings anymore. You choose to move on. Consider your emotions as a flowing stream. Trying to resist your feelings is like standing in the middle of the river and trying to stop the water. It's tiring, and the water will keep coming. But if you accept your emotions, it's like getting into a boat and letting the river carry you. Instead of resisting your emotions, you embrace them and experience a sense of calm. Be honest, though. Sometimes you might feel frustrated and want to text someone, confront them, or demand answers. But ask yourself, will reacting change anything? It can either give you strength or take it away, because when you decide to stay cool, you're prioritizing your well-being over the chaos around you, and that's a powerful choice. The more you accept things, the less heavy disappointment feels. Emotions that once felt overwhelming become smaller and easier to handle. You begin to see things clearly and realize you don't need someone else's apology, approval, or explanations. You feel free. You're not anxiously waiting for a call or doubting your own value anymore. Instead, you focus on yourself and live confidently. That's the benefit of acceptance. It helps you reclaim yourself. So, here's your challenge, my friends. Next time you feel those emotions taking over, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and say, "Their actions do not define me. I choose peace." Write this in the comments as a statement of your strength and choice to rise above. Here's a final thought for you. What if this isn't the end, but the beginning? What if this heartbreak is the fire that forges you into the strongest, most resilient version of yourself? My friends, stick with me, because next we're diving into the transformative power of detachment, the final key to unlocking the freedom you deserve. Say it with me. I choose peace. I write it, believe it, and live it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because we are creating something amazing together. We are just beginning our journey. You are the surprise they didn't expect. Let's explore how to change the story. You're finding peace and remembering that their behavior says more about them than you. Now is the moment to seize control and transform the narrative. You are not the person they think they can control anymore. You're the one holding the pen now, and trust me, that changes everything. Imagine this. They disappoint you again, thinking they've got you all figured out. They're expecting the usual tears, anger, and maybe a desperate message asking for clarity. But this time you surprise them. You pause, you breathe, and instead of letting their chaos pull you in, you calmly carry on. That one moment of choosing calm over chaos. That's the pivotal moment. You unexpectedly change the course of events, leaving them perplexed and unsure of how to respond. You've changed from being someone dependable to someone strong and powerful, from someone they could always rely on for a response to someone who is unapproachable. I understand what you're feeling. It's hard not to react when you want answers and for others to see their actions. But the truth is, reacting usually doesn't help. Has it ever made you feel more valued or just left you worn out and unsure? Reacting is like being on a hamster wheel. You spend a lot of energy but go nowhere. Flipping the script entails disengaging from the situation and declaring your resolution. I choose to see things differently. Their behavior doesn't reflect your value. It's more about their own issues. Now, let's discuss what happens when you turn your focus onto yourself. Instead of trying to understand them, you can use that energy for your own growth. Think about putting all that emotional effort into what you love, your goals, and finding your peace. Stop wasting your energy on things that don't matter and start focusing on yourself. When you shine, people are naturally attracted to you, even those who didn't appreciate you before. Here's a little secret. When you stop chasing after others, everything changes. They will see your calmness and strong presence, and this will confuse them. They will start to wonder why you're not reacting the way you used to. By the time they understand what's happening, you will have moved on and focused on your own life instead of theirs. Just think about it this way. Flipping the script means more than just confusing others. It's about strengthening yourself. You're not just leaving behind their chaos, but moving toward your own strength. You're taking charge of your life and deciding how your story unfolds. So here's your challenge. The next time someone disappoints you, stop for a moment. Take a deep breath and tell yourself, I am the author of my story. You can say it out loud or write it in the comments below. Let it be. You're prepared to declare to yourself and others that you've reached the end of their game. Now think about this. What if this moment isn't about losing people, but about discovering who you are? What if their actions help you become the strongest and most resilient version of yourself? Stay with me, because next we're going to talk about the power of letting go. It's not just a way of thinking, it's the key to thriving in ways you never thought possible. Repeat after me. I am in control of my story. Believe it and live it. While you're here, please like this video and subscribe. Together, we are creating something amazing. This is your journey. This is your journey towards change and freedom. Let's keep moving forward, one strong step at a time. You can do this, so stay with me. We're just beginning. Now, point number 4 is about letting go so you can stand stronger. We've discussed changing your perspective, and now it's time to discover the key to boosting your strength even more. We are talking about separation and refusal. Detachment doesn't mean being cold or pushing people away. It means making a strong choice to prioritize yourself over their problems. It involves acknowledging their actions, yet choosing not to let them impact you. I care about things, but I won't forget about myself while doing so. Let's be honest for a moment. How often have you relied on someone else's acts for your happiness? How many nights have you waited for their message, thought about what they said, or questioned your value because of what they did? Detachment entails stepping away from the emotional turmoil. It's understanding that someone else's mood swings are their problem, not yours. Picture this. You're holding a rope tied to a balloon filled with helium. You hold it tight, afraid to let go because you think it's keeping you supported. But really, that balloon isn't helping. It's wearing you out. Now, imagine releasing the rope. At first, it feels scary as the balloon drifts away, and for a moment, you feel the emptiness. But when you look down, you see you're standing on solid ground. That's detachment. It's not about losing something, it's about finding yourself. But detachment requires courage. It means facing your fears, like the fear of being alone, the fear of not being enough, and the fear that letting go means losing someone forever. However, here's the truth. Holding on doesn't bring them closer, it only holds you back. Their confusion. Detachment means changing the way power works in a relationship. It involves recognizing someone's inconsistency, but deciding that it's not your responsibility to change them. You accept them as they are, but you put your own happiness first. This approach may seem small, but it can greatly change things because the moment you do this, you empower yourself. Shift your focus back to yourself, your growth, your goals, and your peace. This is where the real change happens. When you detach, you stop reacting to everything and stop seeking explanations, apologies, or closure. Instead, you invest that energy in yourself. You discover what makes you feel alive, and you find the things that bring you joy. Let's be clear about this. Detachment doesn't mean you stop loving someone. It means you change how you love. It's about forming connections where your value doesn't rely on how others feel or act. Remember, you are already complete on your own. Someone else's presence or absence does not change that. The key point to remember is that letting go doesn't make you weak. It actually frees you. It allows you to live, love, and succeed without needing someone else to make you whole. So, here's your challenge. Today, resist the urge to cling tightly. Take a moment to pause, breathe, and say, I let go of what doesn't help me. In the comments section below, make a promise to yourself that you are gradually gaining strength. Don't worry, this isn't the end. Stay tuned, because we'll talk about how this new feeling of being detached not only brings you peace, but also helps you form better connections. You're entering something amazing. You're choosing freedom instead of fear. You're becoming someone powerful. Say with me, I let go of what doesn't help me. Write it, believe it, and live it. Don't forget to like and follow because we're creating a strong, resilient community of peace together. This is your journey and your story. Let's keep moving forward together. You are unstoppable. Stay with me, because the best is still ahead. Number 5. Your calmness creates chaos for them. Okay, friends, let's explore the strength of being calm. We've previously discussed changing our perspective, but now let's look at how your quietness can make a big difference. Your calmness isn't just a response. It creates change. It gives off an energy that surprises others and changes how they view you, and most importantly, how you view yourself. Let's start with a strong truth. Silence speaks louder than noise. It's not about ignoring someone or playing tricks. It's about moving past the need to react to drama. Think of a chessboard again. They've always been able to guess what you'd do next, but now you've turned the board around. You're no longer merely a pawn in their strategy. You're the one in charge now, making your own choices. They will notice this change and start to wonder why you're not reacting like before. Your calmness will make them reflect on their own doubts and behavior. They might question if they've lost control, if you've moved on, or if they underestimated your strength. and that will confuse them. Your calmness has a positive impact on others, but let's be real, it's not always easy. There will be times when you feel like shouting, "Do you see what you're losing? Do you even care?" However, holding back those feelings is where the real change takes place. It's like a fire. If you keep adding fuel, it burns hotter, but if you let it die down, the smoke clears and you gain clarity. That's the power of staying calm. Choosing silence doesn't mean you don't care. It shows you value yourself. It's not about getting back at others, but about respecting yourself. You're not shutting them out. Instead, you're opening up to yourself. You're saying their chaos won't control you, and you want your peace. Think of your silence as a way to help them reflect on their actions. Without your reactions, they can't ignore their choices. That's their responsibility, not yours. Meanwhile, you can focus on the person who truly deserves your energy, yourself. The best part is that as you become more calm, you'll notice something wonderful happening. The approval you used to want from others is not as important as the peace you are creating inside yourself. You will realize you don't need their approval, apologies, or presence to feel complete. This is the strength that can transform your life. So, here's a positive statement for today. My silence is my strength. Write it in the comments below and let it resonate in your heart to remind you of the power you are taking back. If you're curious about what comes next or how life will be when you fully embrace this, keep reading. Enjoy this piece. Stay with me as we look at how this strength not only protects you, but also draws you to the right people and opportunities. You're close to something amazing. This calm and peace is the base for a better, stronger future. Let's keep moving forward, one strong step at a time. Write it, live it, and believe it. My quiet is my power. Stay with me. We're just beginning. 6. Your journey starts here. Okay, everyone, let's discuss what's next. You've learned to stay calm in difficult situations. You've found your strength by staying quiet when it was important. Now it's time to embrace everything you've learned. Use your strength to turn sadness into something great. You're not just here to get through tough times. You're here to overcome them and succeed. Heartbreak and rejection can feel like getting lost in a dark forest, where every road seems to lead nowhere, and each step feels harder than the one before. But I want to share something important. The forest is not the end. It's just the beginning of your trip. Every little step you take brings you closer to the light. When life gets tough, try to calm yourself. Take a deep breath and acknowledge how you feel, but don't let it overwhelm you. Crush you instead. Let it remind you of your strength. Marcus Aurelius said that obstacles to taking action can actually help you take action. What stops you can also be the way forward. The disappointment you're feeling isn't the end. It's an opportunity. Move through it, because something wonderful is waiting for you on the other side. Focusing on your journey doesn't mean ignoring your pain. Instead, let that pain help you discover who you truly are again. Consider what you've put aside because of life's demands, like painting, running, or learning a new language. Now is the time to focus on what brings you joy. That's how you heal, by moving forward into what makes you feel alive. Think of your life as a garden. For too long, you've been trying to make unwanted things grow. Now, it's time to nurture the things that truly matter. Invest in yourself. Pick up books that inspire you and surround yourself with people who lift you higher. Build habits that nourish your soul. This is how you shift your energy, and let's talk about that for a moment. When you stop watering the weeds, when you stop chasing the wrong people, you start thriving. Suddenly you see the bigger picture. You realize that rejection isn't about your worth. It's a redirection guiding you towards something better. Every step you take to choose yourself is a step toward freedom, peace, and purpose. But let's be real, there will still be tough days. Days when the weight feels heavier than usual, and that's okay. You're human. Feel those emotions. Let them pass through like clouds in the sky. But always remember, you're the sun. You're the constant, shining light that pushes through no matter how dark the clouds seem. Here's the magic in all of this. When you truly embrace your journey, the world notices your energy shifts, and you stop chasing what doesn't serve you. Instead, you start attracting everything that aligns with your worth. Opportunities, relationships, and peace. You become a magnet for the life you deserve. So here's your affirmation for today. I choose growth over pain. Say it out loud. Write it in the comments below. Let it be a declaration, a promise to yourself that you're stepping forward into your power. And remember this. Your journey isn't just about moving on. It's about moving up. You're building a life so full and vibrant that the people who didn't value you become nothing more than a faint whisper in the wind. Stay with me, friends, because we're going to dig even deeper. Next, we'll see how accepting growth and letting go can change both your attitude and your entire life. You're becoming unstoppable, and this is just the start. Say it with me. I am growing. Write it down, believe it, and live it. Press the like button, stay on track, and let's continue our journey together. You're not just getting by, you're doing great, and your story is just beginning. 7. When you stay calm and accept things as they are, you start to create positive changes. Choosing peace instead of reacting allows you to feel more centered, and this powerful change affects not just you, but also the environment around you. Acceptance is more than just a choice. It creates ripples that go beyond your own life. It's like dropping a stone into a calm pond. At first, there's just a splash, but then the ripples spread out to unexpected areas. That's the impact of your acceptance. Stay cool and clear-minded. Your mood affects everyone and everything around you. Imagine entering a room without feeling angry or anxious, but instead bringing a sense of calm. Your presence shines like a beacon in the mist, guiding others and making you difficult to overlook. People can sense your calm before you even speak. Flourish in chaos or drama. Some people may feel confused or irritated by your strong presence because they can't affect your calmness. Your peace is too solid for them to shake. Then there are others who appreciate strength, stability, and being genuine. They will be attracted to you like moths to a light, and your calm nature makes people feel comfortable. Build meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. When you're not seeking validation from others, you won't settle for less and will start asking for what you truly deserve. This isn't arrogance, it's recognizing your worth. Remember, when you stop reacting to situations and start responding thoughtfully, you open yourself up to better opportunities. Challenges no longer feel like obstacles, they feel like opportunities. By focusing your energy on what you can control and not wasting it on things or people you can't, you will face life with clarity and strength. This will make others curious about how you manage to stay steady. Changing your mindset takes effort. Old habits will try to come back, and there will be times when you feel tempted to react strongly. However, each time you choose to accept the situation and take a moment to stay calm, you are strengthening your mindset. You are showing yourself that you can stay calm even in difficult times. This isn't only about how others view you, it's also about how you view yourself. When you feel calm and confident, you won't need others to confirm your value. This inner peace is attractive. It brings good things to you and pushes away what doesn't belong. This is how you start to change not just your relationships, but your whole life. So, here's your challenge for today. Whenever you want to react, take a moment to pause and remind yourself of this. I make my surroundings peaceful. Please write it in the comments below as a reference. You're sending positive energy into the world, and the great thing is that it keeps going. The more you embrace this positive mindset, the bigger its impact becomes. You're not just changing your own life, you're also inspiring others to find peace. If you want to know what comes next, stay with me. We'll explore how acceptance and peace lead to forgiveness, both for others and for yourself. That's where true freedom starts. You're creating something amazing, a life filled with strength, clarity, and true happiness. Keep following this path, trust the process, and watch how your positive energy changes your world. You can do this, and I can't wait to see where this journey leads you. Remember, when things change, you're already free. So let's keep going. After all the peace and growth you've experienced, a change occurs. Suddenly they come back into your life. But here's the intriguing part. By this time, you've found something much more important than their return. You've learned the true meaning of acceptance. When you stop reacting, chasing after them, or looking for their approval, it creates a strong effect on them. They notice your absence and calmness. Your quietness came unexpectedly. The energy they used to rely on is no longer there. They no longer see the constant presence of the version of you they once expected. This change affects them, but it also shows your growth. When they return, their presence won't feel the same because you have moved on and improved. They don't see that their return isn't what it used to be. It's not about how valuable you are, but about the emptiness they've created since you left. They're not coming back because they've suddenly changed. They're returning because they can't handle the gap you left. Imagine them showing up, wanting the old you, but that person is gone. You've grown stronger, smarter, and more confident. After taking charge of your life, you can't go back to how they treated you. But here's where the temptation starts. Your heart might whisper that maybe this time things will be different, or that they have changed. While it's natural to feel hopeful, remember that accepting the situation is more about you than them. It's about recognizing your own worth and not letting anyone undermine it. Think about your life and ask yourself tough questions when someone returns. Do they fit into the life you're creating? Do their actions show the respect and consistency you now expect? Or are they just trying to pull you back into old habits that you've moved past? You are empowered to choose now. Their mood swings and unpredictability no longer control you. You've learned to focus on your growth and find peace, regardless of whether you let them back in or not. The choice is yours. You're in control of your story, not just playing a small role in someone else's problems. And remember, accepting this is a valuable gift. Freedom releases you from the pressure of needing closure, the constant need to prove your worth, and the fear of being alone on your journey. You are confident in being yourself and open to those who genuinely respect and appreciate you. If they return, be careful. Don't just pay attention to what they say. Notice what they do. Acceptance doesn't mean avoiding warning signs or settling for less. It means recognizing the truth and taking action out of strength, not fear. Here's your affirmation for today. I value my growth. Declare it aloud and record it in the comments section below. Remember that no matter who comes back or who leaves, your peace, growth, and self-worth are safe. If you're curious about what life looks like when you accept this truth, stay with me. We will explore how this mindset can change your relationships and your life. You are starting a new chapter, and wonderful opportunities are coming your way that match who you are becoming. You've made significant progress, my friends. They no longer recognize the person they once knew. What remains is someone stronger, wiser, and freer than ever. You are not just getting by, you are thriving, and that is important. The greatest gift of acceptance. Repeat after me. I value my growth. Write it, believe it, and live it. While you're here, please like and subscribe. This journey is just beginning, so stay with me. What's coming will make you stronger. Let's walk this path together. As we finish, remember that acceptance is not just a choice, it's freedom. It means picking calm over chaos, peace over pain, and strength over reactions. You've taken back your power and created a joyful life. When they return, you won't be waiting anymore. You've grown and found your freedom. Say it with me. I choose my peace. Write it down. If you agree, please like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Let's become stronger and smarter together. This is your moment. Let's do this.